I assume that this is always will be the intake because of this timing belt is on this area, and that will be the exhaust. So second ring and top ring is in the groove. Put it this way. All right. So far so good. This is the Nippon Racing K20 A2 turbo piston and piston ring installation. I am going to install the rest of these piston rings and clock them all later on. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is clocking the piston rings, or setting the piston ring configuration on the engine. Later on, I'm going to show you a figure configuration between the early model and the 2006 Acura RSX. This is the second ring. The marks said top right there. Sometimes you will see a different markings like a dot or something, but it always facing up. If you're not confident on using your hand, you can always get a ring expander. And also I'm going to put some oil on this when I'm ready to put it on the motor. For the top ring, same thing. It has the marking, it said top right there. Okay, cool. On this motor, the NA setup, I used the 2006 Acura RSX piston rings configuration, which is somewhat a little bit different than the early 90s and up to 2005. Somehow Honda decided to make some changes, and let me show you some pictures. Here's the difference between the two. This is 2006 Acura RSX, and this is the previous F23, H22, 2002 to 05 RSX. B series and D series are the same as this one right here, the one on the right. Not really sure why Honda or Acura decided to change the installation's configuration on the piston rings. Is it really helps the blow by of the motor, or maybe they do have some problems on the design of the 2006 motor? That's probably why they change it, but who knows? Only their engineers know it. Not unless any one of you knows, then leave a comment why all of a sudden Acura or Honda decided to change the installation of those piston rings configuration. But I have tried it. When this motor was NA, I said, man, let me try it. Since I'm using a K20 piston, Yeah. So I installed the piston ring just like this, and I don't see any difference on it whatsoever. On this one here, I'm thinking of the same thing. Install the piston rings just like the 2006 Acura RSX. Now, since this one have an arrow and the K20, the intake manifold is on the front side, and that G23, it's the other way around. I have to put the rings, it will be some kind of opposite. The top ring will be facing on the intake, second ring will be in the exhaust, and the gaps for the oil ring will be somewhat 180 degrees, and the spacer for the oil ring will be here. The old one, I assume that this is always will be the intake because of this timing belt is on this area, and that will be the exhaust. So second ring and top ring is always on the intake side, and for the oil ring it's on the exhaust side. So that's the difference. And for your build, so it's up to you if you want to maintain the old ways of doing things. It's up to you. Like I said before, please don't do like I do here. Always do your research. I'm going to put the piston 180 degrees opposite of the K series. I still wanted to take advantage of the F23 wrist pin installation location. And for your build, it's up to you on how you want it. Okay. All right, that's a good sound. Verify, make sure that the lock ring is in place on all of it. There is no second chances. I want to save some time, so let me set this and then I'll come back and then show you after. It's there. Got all the piston rings configuration all figured out, just like this one here. This one on K series, this will be the intake side. So I got my exhaust relief right here, which is, it will be facing the intake side. My number one is right there. There. And this is the second ring. And right there is the oil control ring. 180 apart. It's right there. And the spacer gap is right here, lined up to the top ring. And all the same for the rest of them. These are the bolts. ARPs 8740. So it's say, and the torque on this is 45 pounds a foot. Got the block ready. These are all clean. Everything is lubed up. Now for the bottom part, I did not remove the rail. I'm gonna try to put it on without removing this. Make sure I got plenty of lube on there. Check my gaps for the last time. Number 1, number 2. More. Put some lube. Plenty of lube. Alright, I'm gonna start with number 4. Got the slots for the bearing will be facing towards the exhaust, and the relief will be facing the intake. Make sure I'm square, going straight, give it a tap. There. I'm gonna slowly bring it in. Okay, I need to go down and guide the rod. Let me turn the crankshaft a little bit. Okay, a little more. The groove for the bearing, the groove has to face towards the exhaust. Alright. This is not gonna be easy. Hopefully I won't knock off the okay. Okay. I'll put some lube on the flange. And the bolt. Okay, now I'm gonna torque it. These 8740 bolts require 45 pounds a foot. Double check. Right on. Okay. We'll give it a turn. Make sure there's no binding. Feels good. Slowly. Right there. On yours, if you feel any binding that is not going in, just stop and then reassess. Okay.
Right. Let's see if I could muscle this on there. Oh, cool. Not quite. Okay, I need to go up. Need to go up a little. Oh, cool. Right there. Okay, now I just need to turn so I can put on the bolt. Okay, so let me push the piston downwards. Okay. Put some lube on the flange. Give it a torque. Give it a tap right there. Okay. Now my marking right there. Dimple is in intake, and its numbers and the groove. Put it this way. All right. Okay. 12. Okay, 12 is tight. 11 goes in. That's it. This is 11 is very tight, so this is 10. Okay, that's 10. Okay, 10 goes in. 11 doesn't. Okay, 9,000. Let's try 10 on that one. Okay, 10 is tight. 9, 11, 10, and 10. Okay, let's check the book.
F23 and H22 are not really no difference. But right here is our service limit. Up to 16,000. Minimum is 6,000 to 12 when it's new. And I'm getting 10 and 11. So, right on.
Verify, make sure that I am all good. But just see that numbers right there, they're all lined up. So as that one, it's good. Plus I got that markings. Check the number 3 and 2. It's good. That one is good. All right, I am pretty much like done on this side, except for the installation of the suction pipe and the oil baffling system, and then the oil pan. I need to figure out where the exact location of the drain line, the drain fitting that I'm going to weld on the oil pan. Changing the rods and the piston. I'm all good. The sauce is coming, man. This is where I end this episode. Thank you all for watching. Just leave a comment. Alright, for some of you new to the channel, this is the F23 block with a B-series transmission, and I have decided to boost this motor. For some of you that might see that the relief is backwards, 180 opposite on what it's supposed to be, I install it this way to take advantage of the wrist pin offset. I wanted to install that piston, the K20 turbo piston from Nippon Racing, to be installed like the F23. All right, leave a comment. Thank you all for watching. Bye everyone. Make sure to hit that like button.